Hi, Mary. You wanted to see me?
Yes, Hilary. Have a seat. I've noticed that very few of the service managers are using the new system. I'd like to talk to you about that if you have a few minutes.
All right.
The reason you wanted to develop this system was to help the service managers do a better job of scheduling. Why do you think it's not happening?
Don't worry. Everything will be all right once they start using it. It's a great system.
There are times when you have to criticize, to give feedback aimed at getting the other person to change their performance. Your intent is to be constructive, to sort out the problem, not to pin blame on someone. Before giving constructive criticism, though, make sure you understand what was done and why. Now let's go back to the discussion and watch how Mary clarifies and confirms.
I've reviewed the system, Hilary, and it's very good from a technical point of view. The question remains, why aren't the service people using it?
Resistance to change, I suppose.
But why do you think they're so reluctant?
I don't know.
Obviously, they don't see the same value in it as we do. Tell me, how did you involve the service managers when you were designing the system?
Well, I met them once before we started, and then, of course, again after the system was designed, to show them what it is and how to use it.
So they weren't involved while you were in the process of designing it?
No, not really.
Why not?
I suppose I felt that I didn't really want to bother them with something that wasn't finished. They're very busy people. They don't have a lot of time to spend in meetings.
So you didn't involve them in this process because you didn't want to waste their time. Is that right?
That's right.
Now that Mary has confirmed the situation, she's ready to give specific feedback to help Hilary change her performance. She'll tell Hilary what concerns her, what she wants her to change. But first, she'll tell her about the merits of her performance, the things she should keep on doing. By specifying the merits first, Mary makes it easier for Hilary to understand her concerns. Listen to the way Mary provides this balanced feedback.
It is important not to waste anyone's time. I'm glad you're thinking that way, and I want you to go on being considerate of the service managers. I am concerned, though, that you didn't involve them enough in this process. People are naturally resistant to things that are forced on them when they have little or no input of their own. I think that may be why they've never committed themselves to using this system.
People need specific information in order to improve. They also need to know what not to change about their performance. If you focus your criticism only on what's wrong, the other person may overreact or become defensive. This is why your feedback should be balanced to include both merits and concerns. The things you would like to see retained and the things you would like to see changed. But what if you can't find any merits? One technique is the one Mary used. Let's listen to her again as she clarifies to find merit.
So they weren't actually involved in the process of designing it?
No, not really.
Why not?
I suppose I felt that I didn't really want to bother them with something that wasn't finished. They're very busy people. They don't have a lot of time to spend in meetings.
So you didn't involve them in this process because you didn't want to waste their time. Is that right?
That's right.
Most people want to be helpful, and it is usually possible to find something positive in their intentions, even if these intentions don't come to anything. Let's watch once more as Mary provides balanced feedback. Notice how she then goes on to explore ideas to retain the merits and eliminate the concerns.
It is important not to waste anyone's time. I'm glad you're thinking that way, and I want you to go on being considerate of the service managers. I am concerned, though, that you didn't involve them enough in this process. People are naturally resistant to things that are forced on them when they have little or no input of their own. I think that may be why they've never committed themselves to using this system. Any ideas on how we can get their commitment without wasting too much of their time?
It might be too late.
There ought to be something we can do.
Well, Bill McPherson's their boss. Why not get him to tell them to use it? Once they do, they'll love it.
You mean an order from above?
Right.
Of course they'd have to use the system then. But I'd still be worried about their commitment. Maybe we could have it both ways. If you held meetings with the service managers to get their suggestions and ideas. How does that sound?
Yeah, I didn't see any point in getting their suggestions at this stage. The system works. It doesn't need changing.
Let's look at this another way. What if you could start the project from scratch, all over again?
I'm not going to get that opportunity.
I know, but just pretend. What would you do differently?
Well, I test the system much earlier on in an actual service area. You know, get a prototype out early so that the service managers could get used to it.
What you've said about a prototype system makes me think, what about a prototype installation? Pick one region, work closely with it to get the system going, then it should start to show benefits. What do you think?
You know, that might work. Anything to get it off the ground.
Maybe we could get Bill McPherson to select the area.
Sounds a good idea to me.
Okay. So you'll concentrate on one region until it starts to show some benefits. And you'll talk to Bill and get him to select the region to start with. And we can get together, say, next Wednesday to see how far we've got.
All right.
Okay.
Mary has used constructive criticism to help Hilary solve a difficult problem. You'll find constructive criticism invaluable for day-to-day management and problem solving, as well as formal appraisals and reviews. The examples that you saw involved a manager and a subordinate. Constructive criticism also works with colleagues and superiors, with anyone whose work is important to you. If you use constructive criticism regularly, you'll get more cooperation, less resistance, and better results.